World Cup 2023 is becoming interesting day by day, and especially after that New Zealand's 190-run defeat to South Africa, the points table of the ODI World Cup has opened up and has now given opportunities for Pakistan and Afghanistan to make their ways to the semi-finals. First up, let's have a quick look at the points table. Now, this is how the points table is. South Africa, India, Australia, New Zealand are the top fours as of now. But here, Pakistan and Afghanistan also have their chances and they can also make in the top four. Now, how this can be done? Pakistan are left with two matches. One match is against New Zealand and the other match is against England. Afghanistan are left with three matches, one against Netherlands and the two are against Australia and South Africa respectively. So they have got fair amount of time and they also have got decent chances ahead in this tournament to make it to the semi-finals. Now what will be interesting here to watch is New Zealand versus Pakistan match. Well, I'll come to that match a little later. Let's first look at all the permutations and combination as to how Pakistan can make their way to the semi-finals. Now first up, Pakistan really need to win their two matches, one against New Zealand and the other one against England. These two matches are really crucial for the Pakistan side. Pakistan must be high on confidence given how they defeated Bangladesh the other day. And now if they win these two matches, then they will have to keep their net run rate higher than the teams who can also finish on 10 points. Now which are those teams who can finish on 10 points? As I already showed here in this points table, that we do have certain teams who can finish on 10 points. We have New Zealand and we also have Afghanistan. They can finish on 10 points because they have their matches lined up. Now here, the other combination that can be predicted or we can look forward to is Pakistan winning just one match. Now, to be very clear here, if Pakistan lose against New Zealand, they'll have to pack their bags and go back home, because then there will be very less chances for Pakistan side to make their way to the semi-finals. In that case, it will be just the same order as I showcased earlier in the points table. It will be India, South Africa, Australia and New Zealand. But first up, Pakistan really need to win the match against New Zealand. But in one case, let's consider that Pakistan lose that match. Then in that scenario, they will have to hope for Australia and New Zealand's defeats in all their remaining matches, which is most unlikely to happen in this tournament given how New Zealand and Australia have performed so far. But the another scenario that will that might take place in this World Cup is Afghanistan to lose at least two matches. Now Afghanistan have three matches left, as I already told, one against Netherlands, the other one against Australia and then against South Africa. So they'll have to face two very important and two very strong teams, that's Australia and South Africa. So if Afghanistan manage to win against Netherlands, they will have to ensure that they win against Australia and South Africa as well to make their way to the semi-finals. But how Pakistan can still qualify for semi-finals, that is the bigger question, isn't it? Now, if Afghanistan lose two matches, then they will have to finish with a better net run rate, which is the net run rate higher than the teams who will also be on 8 points. So a lot of ifs and buts here and there for Pakistan, but there is one simple formula for Pakistan to make their way to the semi-finals, and that is win against New Zealand. Now, here we are talking about the New Zealand versus Pakistan game. In this game also, there are certain ifs and buts because Pakistan's net run rate is not higher than New Zealand's. So what Pakistan should do in that case? Now, first of all, obviously, they will need to keep their net run rate higher than New Zealand. Now, if they'll bat first, they need to win by 83 runs. And if they bat second, then they will need to chase that target in 35 overs. So keep your eyes on that big match. It's on November 4th, day game, Pakistan versus New Zealand. One of the most interesting matches that are going to happen in this World Cup. Talking about Pakistan, how they can win, as I already told, they really need to keep their net run rate in mind. Then they really need to win by 83 runs against New Zealand. And if they're going to chase it, they should chase it in 35 overs. So these are the two crucial matches of Pakistan side, one against New Zealand on November 4th, one against England on November 11th. Then we have New Zealand's two important matches, one against Pakistan on November 4th and then against Sri Lanka on November 9th. Now that match on November 4th will decide a lot of things. Perhaps you'll also get to know your semi-finalists on November 4th itself. Because on November 4th, we have another important match, that's Australia versus England. So Australia will also like to continue their winning momentum, and given how England have been performing in this tournament, it doesn't seem likely that England will have any effect of that match. But Australia will really need to win it, because then Australia will have to face Afghanistan on November 7th. So Afghanistan have their 3 matches lined up. So far, Afghanistan have performed well in this tournament. They have defeated 3 former world champions. They've managed to defeat England, Sri Lanka and Pakistan. It's a huge chance for them to defeat Australia and South Africa as well. But first up, Afghanistan will face Netherlands, then Australia and then South Africa. Talking about Pakistan, their big game is lined up on November 4th. Mark your calendars, that's going to be a very crucial clash in this World Cup on November 4th. You might get to know your semi-finalists, the 4 semi-finalists, because that game will decide whether New Zealand will move ahead or Pakistan will move ahead. A lot of permutation combinations will still prevail, obviously, because the whole league stage will continue till November 12th when India will play against Netherlands. But this clash is very important, New Zealand versus Pakistan, and I have shared all the permutations and combinations how Pakistan can reach to the semi-finals. But do you want to see them in semi-finals or not? It's something that you can only tell us, and for that you have the comment section. So do let us know your views on this.